I think that the biggest thing is for me is that I always have to be careful because I know that there's a community of the super religious that if I enjoy something too much, then it comes across like, well,
Yeah.
why he not praying for him? He need to walk out. And so there's this dichotomy that you live in when you say that you represent faith, that it's like I love Jesus, but I'm not Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm not him.
Right.
I love God. I live in a body that ain't his yet until he cracks the sky and make me more like him. And until then, I live in this broken house.
There's the thing about Kirk Franklin, and Kirk, if you get to watch this, if for some reason you watch this, I love you, and you need to be honest with yourself. You've gotten yourself into a position where even now the world rebukes you. The world is rebuking you. When Christians, as you call in this video, quote unquote, super religious, the community of the super religious, what does that mean? You are dissing Christianity. Always, anytime I see a clip about Kirk Franklin, or Kirk Franklin gets on a secular platform, is he promoting Christianity? Who has ever watched a Kirk Franklin video where Kirk Franklin is in the spaces of the world and feels that people are being drawn to Christ? When he opens his mouth to speak, he disses the church. If for you to be accepted by the world, or for you to be on these worldly platforms that you go on, you have to diss the church. Perhaps they know. Perhaps it is not God calling you to go there to reach out to them. You are not reaching out to them. You are going there to diss the church. You are going there to insult the church. Oh, the church is super religious. Oh, the church is... Oh, they are hypocrites. Oh, they want to be too holy. Oh, they are too judgmental. So why would somebody in the world want to become a part of the church that you are dissing, that you are putting? This is the same thing he did on Angie Martinez. When he goes on Sway in the morning, all these shows, Kirk Franklin is always dissing the church. And it's the same thing with Lecrae. When you see all these guys, Lecrae and, and the meaning and all of that, is always like the church is super judgmental, they're super religious, they are not cool. We are the cool ones. And what makes us cool? We are cool because we are like you, the world. We vibe with you. We don't have limitations. That's why they would invite Lecrae to a Diddy party. They won't even invite Dame Dash to a Diddy party, because they know that Dame Dash stands for what he stands for, and he's not gay, and he's not going to let all that gay stuff slide. But they see the Christian that is always compromising, and they say, let's test him, let him be in this party. Okay, you are invited to this after party, or oh, you can stay behind. There's a party after the party. Because they know that you are the Christian who compromises. So they are comfortable with you. And the day that you open your mouth and want to step out of line, that's when you see a different side to them. And this is something, okay, frankly, ask yourself, why have you gotten to yourself to this point? When the same thing that Kevin Hart said was what the church was saying, the people that you are calling the super religious, the same thing that Kevin Hart was saying, that is what the church was saying, and you are condemning them for correcting you. But now it is now the world that is now correcting you, that this is not Christianity. You can't be quote unquote dick popping for Christ. You get on stage, you wear tight skin tight outfits, and then you're trying to dance sensually for who? And at your age, and for who? And then with gospel song, gospel music, what are you doing? You are and there's the thing with people like Kirk and Lecrae. You are doing your best to see that there's no difference between the world and the church, and you think that is how to reach the world. No. It is unfortunate. It's unfortunate. They won't invite the Dame Dash to a Diddy party, but they will invite the Lecrae, because they know who is the one that is going to compromise. You know, it is sad. It is sad. But all of this being said, I don't believe in going, online and bashing anybody, and, oh, this ministry and all of that. This is, you are doing it wrong and all of that and blah, blah, blah. I don't want to, I'm not in the ministry of accuser of the brethren. I'm not a member of the accuser of the brethren ministry. This is just to talk to Kirk Franklin in love. Now you have gotten to yourself to the point where it's the world that is looking at you funny and correcting you. And why did you accept the admonition from Kevin Hart, who is of the world, but you do not accept the admonition from the church? When the church calls you out, it's, oh, they are super religious, they are this. And then you're trying to twist things here in this video and trying to say that they feel that if you are enjoying something too much, like the church feels you are enjoying something too much, they will now complain, like, why didn't you pray for me? Why did you understand something? You're acting like if Christians don't laugh, like and it is how you are putting, you are representing the quote-unquote church. It is how you are representing Christ. By saying that, oh, Christians are not fun. Because that's all that you are doing. You are the cool one. And what makes you cool is that you are just like the world. You vibe with them. They can get along with you in the sense of there's no difference between you and them. You are not called away. You are not separated in any way. There's no difference between your life and the world's life. There's nothing they need to worry about. So it is very unfortunate. It is, you can't keep doing this and think that you're doing well, because right now, of course, I've seen a lot of things that Kirk Franklin have done in the past and I've kept quiet about it. But, this is probably the last time I even talk about this. Kirk, what you are doing, you need to chill and get back, get into a Bible-believing church and sit down, just chill and learn the word and pray and structure how you want to move forward. Because right now, what you are doing, you and God are not on the same page. You and the church are not on the same page. Ask yourself why that every time you speak, you're always attacking the church. You and the church are always never on the same page. The church is moving in one direction, you're always moving in the directly clashing direction with the church. Always. And anytime you're on this platform, they know what they are doing. Anytime you're on this platform, you are dissing Christianity. It's a strategy. Have you noticed that when somebody wants to insult somebody, they start with, I don't mean no disrespect. Or they'll start with, I'm in this situation like you, like I'm a Christian like you. That is strategic. They put it like, it's all good, two of us are in the same box, it's not like I want to diss Christianity, but I'm a Christian as well, So there is a reason. That is actually the reason why they keep inviting you to these platforms, those worldly platforms, because they know how you talk. You are going to diss the church, and that is what they want. They want to see righteousness in their worldly living, and only there. In other words, they want their way of living to be the only right way of living. They don't want the church to be like, to look like, oh, they are living, those in the church are living right. And, perhaps we need to change and be more like the world. No, they are comfortable with the way that they are in darkness. And they want to keep at it. And they want, every man's way seems right in his own eye. They want to put that out as that is the right way. So you need to take a chill pill, relax, get in the Bible-believing church, just get under the tutelage of the world. There are a lot of things about your life that are falling apart. Even, your son being LGBTQ. How did that happen? It shows a lot about your parenting. Even your podcast, what is the goal of your podcast? Is your podcast, how many people have listened to your podcast and said, I became a Christian because of your podcast or because of what you said? Your goal always on the podcast, oh, is the church is too religious, or the church is too Christian, or the church is too holy, or the church demands too holiness too much, or the church, you're always picking at the church. There's nobody that will listen to you and will like the church. You insult the church and paint the church blacker than the church of Satan does. And that's the problem. So rethink your life, because if rapture happens now, or if something were to happen and you were to pass on now, you are an enemy of the church, so don't expect to enter the gates of heaven. That is not your destination. So make the necessary life changes and adjustments.